Hello, everybody. Welcome to a special episode of Pastrami Nation, the meat of pop culture. My name's Nolan Smith. I'm the editor and co-founder of Pastrami Nation, and joining me today is once again from the Nacelle company, the awesome Brian Volk-Weiss. Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Thank you for having me back. Always fun to be here.
Oh, I'm excited to talk with you. We're at the end of 2024, and I have followed Nacelle all year long. I ran into you over at San Diego Comic Con, and I'm excited to talk to you about what are the big highlights for the year for Nacelle.
Normally that's a very easy question to answer. I mean, this year was wild, man. I mean, let's see. We got the rights to make Star Trek toys. That I don't know what will ever beat that. We did our first deal ever with Walmart, so we're selling toys in Walmart. We've only been in the toy business for 3 years. That's got to be close to a record or a record for a toy company. Um, we had 7 or 8 series premiere everywhere from HBO to Vice to the CW to Discovery. It was a great year. I can't show them to you, but I'm looking at the Funko Pops biker mice. That's having a lot of our brands as pops is still quite shocking. Yeah, it was quite the year.
No, that's awesome. When you brought up Biker Mice, and that brings up also like the comic book success that you've had because you've partnered with Oni and have had mini series out for Biker Mice from Mars, for RoboForce. Um, I mean, to me, that's amazing. Being like that's the reason I got into the industry was comic books. So being able to pick up a Biker Mice comic book, I was up at Rose City this year, and I walked by the Oni booth and to see those Biker Mice from Mars books on a spinner. That was the absolute best. Um, you're hitting the properties from everywhere. And you brought up Walmart. If you haven't gone to Walmart, go check out their electronics section, and you will find the Nacelle. Sometimes it's the end cap, sometimes it's just in the electronics aisles. Um, RoboForce, you have Biker Mice over there, you have Sectars, um, all the cool nostalgia stuff that when we were kids we loved. It's back now, so go check that out if you haven't. Now I know you have a few animation projects that have been still gaining steam, going into production and everything. Is there anything you can share on the animation side?
RoboForce is coming out in the first half of next year. I know where, I can't say, and I know when, I can't say, but it'll be before July. That's the best I can do. I shouldn't have even really said that. And then Biker Mice, the scripts are almost done. And then we start the animation process, hopefully early January.
Wow, it seems like everything's just going so quick and so fast. I remember when you first told us about like going into Walmarts and how fast that happened. We literally like after I chatted with you, went to a Walmart out in Palm Desert and saw the Biker Mice. It was the best feeling ever to see that. Um, Now you also have a few TV shows currently running. Do you want to elaborate on a few of those?
Sure. So we just had a show called Game Changers that premiered on HBO, I believe, 3 weeks ago. That's all about the history of games, video games, and board games. Based on what I'm seeing online, everybody, I'd say 99% positive reaction. I know a lot of people are watching, so that I'm pretty happy about that, and I really hope we get to make at least one more season. It's looking good. We just had season 7 of A Toy Store Near You premiere, pretty much all over the place. This was the first time we ever, normally we have YouTube go last, so about 90 days later, but so many people were asking us to do it day and date. So that premiered last week, actually. And that's doing really well. Season 8 is in production as we speak. We had a series come out that we do with Billy Corgan called Billy Corgan's Carneyland. That's on the CW. That's all about wrestling. Billy owns a brand, a wrestling league called the NWA.
That's right.
So it's like a behind the scenes of the NWA. We did another show this year with Chris Hardwick, all about auctions. And season one was all about a Disney auction that we did with the Van Eatons. And I am, the other thing I forgot. Oh my God. So I had an idea for a comic book that ended up getting made. It was an Elseworlds within the Aliens franchise, all about. And the idea that I had, and I've had the idea for a long time, very simply was, what if Burke lived? So it was a 5 episode series that we did with Marvel Comics, all about Paul Reiser's character Burke, and also did very, very, very well. And there might be more.
How cool is that? Wow. I imagine you're a massive fan of Aliens. So to be able to
Top,
jump into that universe.
top 20 favorite movie ever made, maybe even top 10 if I actually sat down and thought about it.
So then I'm going to shock you right now. I've just saw the Alien movies last month for the first time ever.
Really?
Yeah, I've always been a big Predator fan. I've seen the Predator aliens, but never the actual aliens, and I was absolutely blown away by everything that goes into it. Like, it was just, I don't know how it skipped my radar for so long. And I saw that you did that comic, so now I need to track that down and read that because it's going to make sense to me now.
Well, I mean, if you just watched it, you couldn't have a better time to read it because I mean, it's literally it's a sequel. And I want to be very clear. I feel like I can brag about this more than I normally can when I'm involved because within reason, all I did was have the idea. I didn't do any of the writing other than suggest quotes from aliens. We worked Paul Reiser. We got him on board. We got him to come back. Adam F. Goldberg, Paul's son Leon Reiser did a tremendous amount of the writing. So, and like I said, all you gotta do is go online. It's very, 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 very well reviewed.
That's so cool. Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
Very surreal, man. And by the way, any other year, that would have been the best thing I did that year. Like, like by far, like by far. That's how crazy this year. Actually, it's funny. I'm looking at a list of on our wall. I left out. We do the show on HBO called Thirst with Shay Mitchell. That came out in May. We also do Icons on Earth for Vice. So all 10 seasons have aired now. Um, what else? What else am I missing? My little cheat sheet. Oh, um, Gates McFadden. We do a podcast with her called Investigates. Season 3 came out this year, and then we also, I don't know if you noticed or not, but we also do a lot of stand-up comedy. So we just had a special come out with Jim Gaffigan on Hulu. We just shot a Netflix special 2 weeks ago in Minneapolis. So a lot doing everything.
That's so cool. And you had the Legends of Comedy action figures that came out not too long ago
Yes.
too this year. So
Yeah.
like hitting literally all fronts, like just knocking it out.
We're hitting a lot of fronts. This year, this was something else, man. I'm looking forward to the holidays.
I bet. I bet. Almost there. Almost there. We got what, like 2.5, 3 weeks to go, and we're there.
We're close.
We
We're close.
are, yeah. Now I know there's not a lot you could talk about for 2025 because of course you got to wait till things are lined up and approved and set and ready. Is there anything you can allude to? Any kind of teasers you can give us for what you're looking forward to from Nacelle in 2025?
So, Toys That Made Us season 4 and 5 are in production right now, but season 4, God willing, is coming out next year. So that, it's funny, man. Like, I know people like the show. Like, I'm not an idiot, but at San Diego Comic-Con, man, I didn't understand how much people liked the show. I mean, it was holy moly. I mean, shocking what the reaction was. I'm glad I'm doing this Zoom in my office because I got a lot of cheat sheets. We have another series that is season 2 on a show that people like that we make. that I can't tell you what it is, but we have a season 2 of an existing show starting production in January that I
Oh,
think
nice.
will like. We talked about biker mice. Um, yeah, I hate to tell you this, man, but and we're making 4 more seasons of Icons on Earth, so that's also in production. But
That's
yeah,
awesome.
I hate to tell you this, man. All the rest of the stuff I'm looking at, I can't talk about.
That's
Yeah,
okay. I did see one thing that popped up on Nacelle social media today, and it's the release of the biker mice, the sports uniform with the
Sports
black and white.
Bros. Yeah,
Man, that looks snazzy.
look at that.
Yeah, that looks fantastic, and that's a previews exclusive right there.
Correct.
That is great.
By the way, I can't show you his face, but I can show you this.
Oh, teaser of all teasers.
I assume you can guess who it is.
Yeah, I won't say anything in the spirit of non spoilers.
Well, we just can't show his face yet, but that is Captain Sulu.
How cool is that?
Never
I
been.
saw that you're going for, yeah, you're going for those ones that have never been made into an action figure before.
Yes.
And I know you're a massive fan of Star Trek. I like that. That must have just, I mean, not just made your year, but like made your years for something like that to happen,
Made my life. I mean,
right?
I mean, I truly cannot believe any of this is real. It's like I'm awake in a dream.
It's real. It's real. And I think a lot of it goes to, well, like you said, you're in a brand new action figure company. You know, Nacile's been around for a bit, but for making action figures, you're new. But what you've created and what you show, like, for what's coming out in Kickstarters, they're all amazing. I have a lot of the physical figures you've done, of course, RoboForce and Sectars. I have those, and they're very well made action figures. Like a lot of thought goes into it,
Thank you. Thank you.
and it's just amazing to see somebody that has such a passion for these licenses being the one to say like, okay, this is how it needs to go. Because as fans, we're like, yeah, like that's exactly how we wanted it to go.
Yeah.
Um,
No, we just do the best we can, and if there's anything I will brag about, we listen. So, we tell everybody what we're doing. We get feedback. Some of the feedback we don't listen to, of course, but I would say a great majority of the feedback we get, biker mice, we're not going to have ab crunch. And we got all these complaints, and we just said, yo, sorry, there will be ab crunch. And everybody was like, thank you. So that's kind of our MO. That's like our business model, for better or worse. That's how we do it.
and it absolutely shows. I can't wait to check out the biker mice. They're the ones I haven't picked up quite yet. I need to pick them up so I can mess around with them and really appreciate them. I journey through a lot of toy groups online, and it's so cool when you see people saying like, I didn't know they were still making biker mice. I didn't know, when did these come out? This is awesome. Look what it can do. It's really cool to see that because it
Oh,
brings the fun back in it.
and the bikes are on the way. They're on the water
Oh,
right now. We Unless something crazy happens, and a lot of crazy stuff happens at ports. Oh my God. But in theory, we should be able to start delivering to customers before January.
oh wow. Well, that's super cool. Oh, those bikes look sweet, man.
It'll be a photo finish, but it's we should be able to start delivering before January.
That's amazing, man. That is super cool to hear. No, I'm very much looking forward to everything that Nacelle has coming up, whether it be TV or action figures, whether it be more comic books. Absolutely loving the comics. Like, fantastic jobs on those.
We are
Um,
working with some amazing writers and artists. I mean, absolutely, Melissa Flores. I'm always like, where were you my whole life? The best.
it's always great when you come across those people that are just like meant to work on a project because they just bring it to life.
Exactly.
Um, I was reading, Sectars issue 1, and even in that, like, man, like it felt like that I would pick up a He-Man book next or something. Like I was back in the days just doing that. It's a really, really awesome time to be alive and to be a fan of pop culture. So I want to thank you, sir, for your time. I know it's been a busy, busy year. I appreciate you talking with us.
Thank you.
And and I hope to chat with you in 2025 so we can talk about all the cool stuff that'll be happening. And yeah, make sure everybody you follow Nacelle on social media, see all their cool updates. They always have fun stuff on there. And yeah, happy holidays, sir. I hope you have a fantastic one.
Thank you. You too. Really
Oh,
appreciate you, Karen, what we're doing.
absolutely. Thank you, sir.